Alright, hello, it's me again, and we're gonna give Progear one more go before I start doing something else, because I mean, let's be honest, there's only so many one-credit runs I can do with Progear before you start asking for something else. And I'm thinking Gigawing, actually. It's another shoot-'em-up for the CPS2. That's the particular arcade system this is for. And it's alright, it's fairly different, so hopefully that'll work out. I mean, there's not a ton of content that you can go into there, but there's some stuff to see, stuff to do, so we'll check that out. Alright. But, in the meantime, that means we got one run of Progear, and if I want this to be like some sort of record of how good I've been, or how much I'm going to improve, well, let's just try to do a really good one now, and then leave on a high note, and then I'm planning on revisiting it if things significantly change, like my recording setup or whatever, yes, because I'm clearly recording on the original arcade hardware. Then I'll probably revisit this so you can kind of see it as a sort of benchmark to see how I'm doing. It's kind of weird though, because then I'll forever associate Progear with Let's Playing. It's a weird thing to do, just because, yeah, earlier I said my favorite game is the game I'm currently playing, but maybe that's more true than joking. Alright. After a brief jaunt through level 1, we seem to have arrived at the boss already. Blossom Peach, you're going down. Downtown. Super down. Like, on the ground down. Actually, because he's like in an airplane, so going down is actually a very, very bad thing. Whereas, usually, you say someone's going down, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's an empty threat, but it's kind of a nonsensical threat. Well, maybe it's like, I'm going to knock you out, down onto the cloud. It was pretty pathetic there. Because, I mean, he essentially did not... Oh, yeah. Yes. Well. Okay, let's just put it this way, let's be honest. If this is a high-scoring run, I'll be a little surprised. But let's continue on. Alright. I'd say let's focus, but then I'd probably stop talking, and if I stop talking, then there's no real point. Plus two, let's say that the talking serves as a comparison. Like if I go do a run without talking, maybe I'll do better. Although I'm still not entirely convinced of that, because I did 2 runs talking, and I made it to level 3, which doesn't always happen. It's not completely out of the ordinary, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, so we're just blasting through this. Oh man, the train. So, of course, when things explode, then you get little gems and rings, and that's nice. And then with the train, it's kind of a question. Do you kill it now, or do you let it flood the screen? Now, letting it flood the screen is especially dicey, just because a lot of it's behind you. And, I mean, you can still hit it with your homing attack. You can hit it, but I'm pretty sure your main attack, like just tapping the button, is stronger. So you're probably going to kill it less quickly. And then that could make a difference. Wow. That was... okay. Yeah. I'd say the hardest... well, okay. So my basic strategy for playing this game, and I guess shoot-'em-ups in general, you kind of like twist and weave around. The only catch is you can... oh, man. Alright, so you can go from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, and while you're going either up or down, things are just peachy. No problems. The only problem is when you have to switch. I guess you could call that the switchback, or whatever you felt like calling it, but that's actually the hardest part, shoot-'em-ups, because that's when you're the most vulnerable. I mean, usually when you're leading them, I think enemies, like, usually try to home in on you with their shots. So, if you switch back, then that's when all of the... okay, so the enemy shots are homing in on you. So while you're moving, okay, they always home on where you were, not where you're going to be. So, if you keep moving, then their shots, in theory, will never hit you. But when you switch back, that's when their shots can hit you. I mean, also, too, they put out crazy crap like this pattern. That's okay. Sometimes, you know, sometimes. Oh man. Just sometimes easy patterns, if they catch you off guard. Actually, I've kind of noticed that. I like to call it the DDR effect, where you can be playing a game and just totally owning, things are going great, but then you make one mistake, and then you gotta struggle to correct that mistake. And then in the process, you just kind of get yourself behind, and then before you know it, you're just screwing all over the place. It shows itself mostly in DDR, where you just make like one mistake, and then you can't just continue on and hit the next one. You gotta just freak out. You're like, oh god, I've been getting perfects, now this. Okay, so this level, I've learned my lesson. Stick to the middle. Broke it already, didn't I? Okay. But yeah, DDR effect. Of course, I also, when I was a kid, I talked about the Arrow Fighters effect, where you just dodge a bunch of bullets. I mean, now I realize that Arrow Fighters was not really a bullet hell shoot 'em up. Well, I think I officially just made it half further than where I was. And man, I mean, back in the day, Arrow Fighters might as well have been a bullet shoot 'em up to me, a kid. Plus, it was always in arcades. And you'd see it, and you'd play it, and it was fun. But it's just not, man, I don't know, it's just weird being a kid with video games. Because you have a terrible selection. And yet, it just makes you love those video games even more. Oh man, okay. Those bullets are difficult. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, well, let's just bomb. Oh, come on. I was willing to concede the bomb there. And yet you were willing to death me. Death me, yeah. But anyway, when you're a kid, you just enjoy games more. It's really weird. Nowadays, it's just kind of like, let's blast through as many games as I can. But back then, it's like, oh man, let's play the game. And you beat it, you're like, let's play it again. And you beat it again. You're like, let's play it again. You play it again. Maybe let's play multiplayer. Alright, someday I'm gonna have to just... You know what? I think I'll save the... Yes, I will, quote, save state on my official arcade machine, so that the, high scores stay. Yeah. That'll work. Alright, well, it's been fun. I slightly got further, and stay tuned for more content that is not Progear. And see you guys some other time.